I have been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons for several hours every single day. It's killing any productivity I may have had, and during these times it's easy to get lost in a fictional world where my only problems are, how many gifts am I going to give my villagers today? I've been enjoying the hell out of this game, and if I were to assign a number to it, it'd be a strong 8 to me. However, like any Nintendo game, whenever there's 2 steps towards modern times, they somehow take 5 steps back. These are some issues and nitpicks I have with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Animal Crossing has some of the most frustrating menu design I've ever seen in a game. I dread having to craft fish bait because for whatever reason, you can't craft multiple items. Every time you want to craft some fish bait or some wooden block toys, you have to select it in the DIY menu, craft it, watch this little animation, then watch your character be proud of what they made, and then select keep crafting to do it all over again. Normally this is totally fine if you're just making one item, but when you have to make a stack of 10 or 20 of these items, it can take forever to get it done. Sure, you can tap A to make your little dude craft faster, but that barely saves you time. The thing that's killer is having to see this menu every time I want to craft the same thing. I'd be fine with watching that little animation 10 times before asking me if I want to continue. I'd hate having to select it in this menu every single time I want to craft 10 fish bait or whatever. Why can I eat 10 turnips but not 10 regular fruits? Fuck, I'd even settle for 5 or whatever. Clearly my character is capable of eating multiple things at the same time, and I have a stack of 10 peaches. So why on earth do I have to watch this little animation every time I want to move some trees around? It's like my gripe with crafting. It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to keep selecting the option. If I just selected eat 10 peaches and then watch my dude eat 10 of them in 10 animations, I wouldn't care. That would be totally fine. Moving houses is a welcome feature for the series, but it's such a pain in the ass that it's not worth doing it unless you have your island totally planned out. It takes one real life day and 50,000 bells, which fine, do what you gotta do, I understand. But what I hate is the fact that Tom fucking Nook won't even talk to me about other moving endeavors until that next day. I'm undergoing a project to redo my entire village, and that requires me to move 4 houses. So that's about 200,000 bells and 4 days worth of work. I'm totally okay with this, as this is the way that Animal Crossing has always been. If you want something to get done, you have to wait till the next day. My issue with this is that I can't just queue it up. I gotta go talk to Tom Nook every single day to get a housing kit, set it up on the spot of my choice, pay the 50 grand, then wait a day for the move. What I want is pay the Tanuki 200,000. He gives me 4 housing kits. I set them up and wait one day until the huge job is completed. That way, I've already paid the 200,000 and I expect it to be done in 4 days. I just want my suffering to be shortened to 1 day. Is that too much to ask, Nintendo? The degradation system, in my opinion, was not implemented very well. I'm not really a fan of these kinds of systems in general. There's been 2 games that got it right, and Animal Crossing just isn't fitting of this kind of system. Sure, there are workarounds like customizing your tool to reset its durability, but these are just solutions to a problem that shouldn't exist. The old system was fine. Why fix what isn't broken? Honestly, I'm fine with the flimsy tools breaking and the regular ones as well, but when even the golden tools are breaking, it creates the same issue I had with Breath of the Wild, and that I get some cool gear or weapons that I don't really want to use because I'm afraid it'll break, thus limiting my enjoyment because I can't really use my things or I risk losing them very quickly. This issue alone can be fixed by just adding a visual indicator, whether it's a bar under the tool or chipping tools like in the previous games. This at least doesn't leave me guessing as to when my tools are going to break, so I can customize them to reset the durability. The Nook Points and phone is yet another addition to Animal Crossing that I think is a wonderful and great step forward in the series. However, in its first implementation, I feel like there were some simple or obvious things that were oddly left out. If you earn enough Nook Points, you can purchase a Nook Miles ticket to go to a random island that's different from your home island. Problem is, every time you want to go to one of these islands, you have to access a Nook terminal, buy a ticket, walk to the airport, and you're good to go. I just wish that you could purchase multiple Nook tickets, or maybe if there was an app where you could purchase the e-tickets, open up your gates, and invite your friends, that'd be pretty legit. Hell, I'd even settle for being able to buy these Nook tickets at the airport. At least that way I don't have to make 2 trips if I just want to take a flight. It's also annoying that this damn dodo has to keep saying, by the way, I also heard that you have a Nook Miles ticket. Like, I know, that's why I'm here. I certainly don't want to experience that broken ass multiplayer you got going for very long, so yeah, I know I have a Nook Miles ticket. That's why I'm here. Send me to the fucking island, don't talk to me. Speaking of multiplayer, the online functionality that this game offers is laughably bad for today's standards. Visiting other people's towns is a pain in the ass. It's a long, tedious process. They can't talk to any villagers or even be in any menu if you're coming to visit. It literally halts everyone's progress whenever you join or leave a session. If you have 8 people coming to visit your island, get ready to sit on your ass for at least 20 minutes. God forbid one of your friends has a bad internet connection, because you will all be booted from the game, for you to waste even more of your time. Then from there, you as the host cannot donate any fossils or move any furniture. You can't customize your designs, and there are walls of dialogues you have to get through just to do basic things. God help you if you're visiting a friend's town and don't bring any money, because guess what? You can't access their ATM for some reason. It's no reason, but I'm just gonna say some reason. It's incredibly annoying, and after I got that Nook Miles achievement to have people visit your town, I don't really look forward to doing multiplayer ever again. Mailing things in this game is absolutely worthless. It would have been fine if you could just buy the letter, fill it out, and put as many gifts as you want, then talk to the dodo to send it. As it is, it's fucking monotonous if you want to send more than one gift to your friends, and involves a lot of unnecessary dialogue boxes. I'll put it like this. If you have more than 2 gifts you want to give to your friends, it's probably going to be faster to have them open up their gates, have you fly to their island, and drop them off. I'm not going to test this theory because I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. Inevitably, people are going to bring up how multiplayer used to be done in the past, in which you needed not only a 16-digit friend code, you also needed a 12-digit town code if you wanted to visit your friends. Which, yeah, I mean, obviously this is a big improvement on the system, but that's not saying much. It's like improving your clunky car phone into one of those cell phones with the antenna on it in a year where smartphones exist. To say that Nintendo is a step behind their competition when it comes to online play is actually extremely generous. They are in fact 10 steps behind their competition in this regard. Can you imagine how annoying this shit would be in other games? Now, I made this video fully aware that these are nitpicks. Animal Crossing New Horizons is head and shoulders better than the previous game in the series, and in the weeks that it's been out, I've put in over 80 hours. My biggest issue in all of this though is that no matter how much people complain, no matter how many Reddit threads or tweets are made issuing these complaints, these will probably never be fixed or even addressed by Nintendo. Because according to them, this game is 100% finished. Now, I may be wrong. Boy, trust me, I would love to be wrong on this, but Nintendo doesn't necessarily patch their games with quality of life things after the fact. I totally understand that Animal Crossing is a much slower paced game, and I never expected anything different. However, the thing I hate is grinding for grinding's sake. Just absolute wasting of my time that doesn't need to be there. Animal Crossing New Horizons brings many new and very welcome quality of life features that I hope stay for the entirety of the series. But in many ways, the classic Nintendoisms show their face and sour what is a fantastic game.